it's Laura, and I have a quick DIY for you today video. And what we're going to be doing is making these memorabilia pockets. And this occurred to me when I got this little craft pocket in my We Are Memory Keepers journaling card set, and I thought this was so cool. Now you can make it with this top lip or without. I kind of liked it better without, so these I did not do that. But you would just add an extra 1/2 inch to the back piece if that's what you wanted. I think I will do that for this one just to show you how to do it. So to make these very simple pockets, okay, all you need to do is decide what size you want them to be and add 1/2 inch widthwise and 1/2 inch lengthwise, because you're going to glue them up on the back like that. So 1/4 inch on each side, 1/2 inch on the bottom. And that seems to be a good solid construction there. So you don't need a large piece of paper for this if you're doing a smaller pocket. I'm going to show you how to do a 3x4 pocket right here. So the first thing that we're going to do is, I should show you what you need to have. You need to have a piece of paper. You'll need to have some form of adhesive. I'll be using both my tape runner and my glue just to make sure it sticks down really well. And you will need scissors, and a bone folder or something that you can use to create the creases. That'll make it easier for you. I'm also going to be using my, what is this, Martha Stewart scoring board, but any scoreboard or any kind of, I know some of the cutters, mine doesn't, but some of the cutters have, you know, an indentation here that you could even use that if you wanted to. Mine doesn't have that. I will be using this to cut it down. So that's what you need. If you would like to create this little half circle here, you can use a small circle punch. I use the 1-inch punch for all of those. So what we're going to do is we're going to be making a 3x4 pocket. So I'm going to cut this widthwise to 4.5. That's not straight. 4.5. No, I'm not. 3.5. Because we're going to do the 4 going up. So 3.5 widthwise. This is for the front panel that's going to wrap around the back. And it needs to be 4.5 inches long. Okay. This other panel needs to be 3x4. This is going to be on the back, but we're going to turn it around backwards so that we have the same patterns facing the same direction. So this is going to be 3x4, but we're going to leave it a little bit tall so we have that little extra piece at the top that I was showing you on the craft one. So we're going to cut it to just shy of 3 inches so it fits well within the pocket. Alright. And then we're going to do it at 4.5 to give us that little bit of a lip at the top, like the other one. Okay. So now all we need to do is grab our scoring board. There we go. I'm going to grab my larger piece here. And we'll need to score it backwards with the bone folder at 1/4 inch. And this is a fairly thick paper. It is a leftover piece from my Citrus Twist kit. So I'm going to do it twice, but if you have a thin piece of paper, I would do this very gently, and you probably only need to do it once. And then on this side, we're going to do it at the 1/2 inch mark. Okay. That's it with the scoreboard. Okay, now all that we need to do is go ahead and fold at the crease very gently. I like to use the back of my bone folder to really make that a good solid crease. And we're going to do that all the way around. Okay. There we go. Now, to make folding just a tiny bit easier, where the 2 creases meet, we're going to cut out that little rectangle right there. And I do like to do something a little bit different. I don't know if you can see it on this one, but I like to angle the back corners. So from the bottom, headed to that corner, I'm going to cut it just like an envelope. You'll have a angled bottom piece, and that just makes it fold up a little bit easier. Okay, it's just like this. Alrighty. Missed a piece. There we go. Just throw those away. Now this is going to be the front of my envelope. So I'm going to grab the piece that I cut from before. Now if you would like this to have rounded corners just like the craft pocket does at the back, you can absolutely use a corner rounder. I do have one. Let's see. Here we go. So you could, let's do this side. Round those corners off to make it look a little more polished. Okay, and you're going to want to put these same direction, okay? That way you can see the pretty papers the same on this side. All right, and then at this point we're going to go ahead and do our 1-inch hole punch and just a 1/2 punch, or on the very small ones I did even less than 1/2 because it just didn't need that much. So that's super quick and easy. We're going to slide this sucker back in. There we go. And then just simply adding some adhesive to the edges. And I am using both glue and tape runner. And the reason for that is this piece of paper is fairly thick. It's a double-sided paper, so it just has a little extra thickness to it. And I want to make sure that it is closed and stays closed. So the tape runner keeps it closed while the glue is drying. Okay, and I made a mess, but that's okay because this is going to be the back of your pocket. Here we go. A little bit of glue. Sure you got a good connection there. Okay, so now there's our beautiful pocket, and I think that looks pretty cute. And so this one should hold a journaling card. It might be a tad small. Let's see. It's a little snug. I'd probably have to trim it down, but if you want this to fit in a Project Life pocket though, you are going to want to go just a hair smaller than 3x4. which this is probably exactly 3 by 4, which is why that would not fit in its inside. It does have a little bit of thickness to it, so if you're putting it in a Project Life pocket, you are going to want to make sure that it's just a hair smaller than 3 by 4 so that it'll slide in well. But that's it. It's pretty simple and easy. I would love to know if you try this out, and link me to any videos of you trying it out. I would love to see your version. But this is a DIY memorabilia pocket. Thanks guys. Bye.